Hello everyone, welcome. And a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Madhuri Garigipati. I live in Dublin, California. I'm originally from Hyderabad, India. I grew up there. I'm a Telugu speaking person. I think most of you are Telugu. I love Sanskrit language. I will be using some of the Sanskrit quotations and slokas in the um, talk, but I will definitely translate into English. But because I have varied audience, I'm preferred to talk in English. And about me, I live with my family here. I have a husband, two kids, two boys, 18 and 10. And I live with my mom too. And I am a software engineering manager by profession and mom, counselor, friend by passion. So that's what I do. So today, as I gave you the introduction on how this topic unfolded, we thought we will discuss a little bit about manifestation from my point of view, how I see it, and what it means to me. And I am not a big manifester or meditator or any guru of any kind. This is, I have to confess that this is my take, or as my journey is going on, how I understand manifestation from all the books I read and all the knowledge and information I got. So let me just, okay. So the agenda for today is a miracle followed by scientific studies. That is Dr. Joe Dispenza's story. And then ask and it is given, and emotional guidance scale, what it is, and how do I manifest, growth mindset, and a pleasant surprise from a Hindu prayer. So first, when I said, Jitendra Garu said, can you give a talk on September 3rd? I said, yes. Obviously, I jump. I don't think. First, I jump and then think. So I didn't realize that my son was leaving to college. He just left 2 days ago. And I had a big release at work. I lost two people at work. I had to hire people I was interviewing. And my younger son had parent meetings at school. All this. And I hugely depend on my husband for everything. And he has gone to drop our son, so he's not here. So with all these things, I was like, okay. And then I told my husband that I'll be giving a talk. And he's like, couldn't you have said the following weekend? I'm like, why? It's like, why? Can you think a little bit before asking me why? That's when I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I put in 2 slides. With Poonam's help, I created the flyer that this is what I wanted to do. But then I didn't have anything beyond this slide. I sat yesterday night and I was like, okay, what do I talk about? So that's how this is like really last minute presentation. And I wanted to tell you that please be patient with this. So the first thing that I shared with Jitendra Garu, the story of Dr. Joe Dispenza, is he is a chiropractor from California, San Diego. And he was a chiropractor at the age of 25. So chiropractor is somebody who treats people with spinal problems. So he has studied about spine. He has a spine in his office, model of the spine in his office. Basically, he knows every single thing about spine, right? He can visualize an entire healthy spine. So with that background, when he was 25, he was doing a triathlon and he finished his swimming and marathon running. And then he was doing the biking part. While he was cycling, usually they, block the roads, the traffic, incoming traffic. There are cops everywhere. They direct the traffic. But then because cycling is for a longer distance, he had to come to a place where he had to merge with the incoming traffic. And he had to go here. There was a cop here, blocking the upcoming traffic. There is an old lady who was driving a SUV at 55 miles per hour, and her reflexes didn't work. And the cop was asking her to stop while allowing the bikers, but she could not see that. And she came and hit this guy head on, 55 miles per hour. And he jumped out of the bike and he dropped. While dropping, he fell on the car and he held on to the bumper just because he didn't want to get run over by the car. While that happened, this lady is still driving, slowing down but driving. So he was on the bumper And then once she stopped, inertia, he fell down and he landed on his back. So he had a very major spine injury, 6 broken vertebrae, and the pieces of the vertebrae that were broken that went and fell down into the bottom of his spine. Needless to say, he was airlifted by 911. His entire spine was injured, and they said he needs to go into a surgery. And he, even after the surgery, because they will put steel rods, to support his spine, but they said, we will do all that so that you can just sit. You cannot even walk. You'll be in a wheelchair for your life. He was 25, a lot of aspirations. He said, okay, but he didn't want to go through the surgery because he said, the worst that will happen is I will be a vegetable, which I will be anyway, even if I go through the surgery. So he didn't want to go through the surgery. He moved to his friend's house. He was on a bed, head down, and he started thinking. Of course, he had all the time in the world for him. And he started thinking about a healthy spine, the healthy spine model that he had in his office. And he started visualizing the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, each one, every single detail, every single thing about the spine. And he started building, and he started saying that this is how I want my spine to be, and obviously while he's doing that, it is nothing but meditation, right? You are trying to focus on to something. So he would get distracted. He would get ideas of, oh my God, I will become a vegetable. What will happen to my life? How will my future be? All the worries. And whenever he gets distracted, he would come back again. And then he will start again from step 1, how he wanted his entire spine to be, right? So he said that initially it took him 4 to 5 hours of time to build his entire spine without distractions. Whenever he would be distracted, he would go back to again square one. And while doing that, every day, the only thing he did was day in and day out, his waking moments, he would imagine and visualize building his spine, healthy spine completely. And initially it used to take 4 to 5 hours for him. And with practice, he was able to create an entire spine, build his entire spine visually within 45 minutes. So he was just doing that and nothing else, no treatment, nothing. Within 9 weeks, he was able to get up and walk. 10th week, he went to the doctors, took all the MRIs, and he had before and after MRIs, and doctors were not able to believe it. The spine with all the broken vertebrae and a fully healthy spine without even a scratch. If you showed those two to anybody, they will not say that this is the same person. Had they done surgeries, had they done anything, impossible to have created something like that. So 10th week, he started back his practice. He started working again. And his life was normal. And he never had back pain in his entire life. This happened like long ago, several years ago. I don't remember the exact date. But he was curious. He's a science person. He was curious on how this happened. So he studied neuroscience just to understand how his brain worked, how it helped him heal. And he studied neuroscience, and then he started doing workshops. He started teaching meditation on how to manifest what you want. And he started healing, but he's a very scientific healer in the sense that in his workshops, he will actually teach you, he will give you a background, he'll give you some basics, and then he will teach you meditation. And if you're willing, they will ask for voluntary participation. If you're willing, he has scanners to scan your brain. He will do a brain scan before meditation, during meditation, and after the workshop. I think the workshop is 4 to 5 days. So in the book, he has written the book called You're the Placebo. And in the book, he has written and he has shown brain scans of how the new neural networks and pathways have formed because of that meditation just within that period of time of 4 to 5 days. If that could happen in 4 to 5 days, and our brain is a muscle memory, you keep practicing, it gets used to it, right? So it has been amazing. He has gained a lot of success, and there are a lot of people who take his workshops and they themselves have created beautiful, amazing manifestation courseworks and everything. So, and these are the 3 books that Joe Dispenza has written. And the first book is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. We are so environmental influences, our own upbringing, the environment we are born in, and the media we are exposed to, everything consciously or unconsciously creates so many views, opinions, very, very strong. We create such strong opinions about anything and everything that it is tattooed into our brain, not just our brain, into our subconscious mind. So it is very hard to break it. Like, even though somebody comes and tells today that I did this, if Joe Dispenza comes and tells me that, hey, I did this, you can do it for yourself, I will not be able to fix my very, very extremely minor back pain having read this. I was not able to do it. Why? Because it is very hard to break the habit of being myself, of my opinions, of my whatever has created that, right? I have created my own reality. I have created my back pain. I know that. But so when you practice every day, then you can break the habit of being yourself as of today and create a new you. And you are the placebo. He has done so many clinical studies, and he has taken so many clinical studies that have been done in the past. And he has showed how, all these placebo experiments, right? They do some cancer treatments or migraine headaches treatments. They have they have done studies where they take a migraine medication, which actually fixes the migraine headache. And then they also have given a placebo to 1/3 of the group, focus groups. And the focus groups were told, everybody was told the same scientific experience and scientific study of how the medicine is going to help them. And people who were given the placebo, if you believed enough, they saw the results too. Nothing has changed. So he did a lot of research in the placebo thing. And then he said, you are the placebo. I can become the placebo if I tell myself that I can do this. And if I am very, very specific about my ask, my request, I can be my own placebo without any external influence, external medication, external treatment, therapy. I can fix myself. That's the concept. And the third book is Becoming Supernatural. Obviously, Dr. Joe Dispenza is supernatural, that it's miracle, right? Who will believe it when you say that a completely fractured spine could be healed in 9 weeks? He has become supernatural. So once we break the habit of being ourselves, once we make ourselves the placebo and believe and have faith that it is possible, then we become supernatural. That is what his workshops are. And I just love it. I have these books for this Rakhi. Actually, I have a lot of books. I started reading You're the Placebo. One of my friends suggested it, and I loved it. And I started having all these books in my wish list, Amazon wish list. And my brother asked me for this Rakhi, what do you want as a gift? And I gave my Amazon wish list, and I said, pick any 3 books from this and give it to me. He sent me all the books. So I have my great brother and great gifts. And as somebody was saying that they have a great bookshelf. I have a great bookshelf filled with a lot of books. I read them, but not at the pace I would like to, because of all the other responsibilities I have. But these are all the books. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself is right now on my desk, and I'm going to read it. So he says these books, the summary of these books says, tap into the unlimited possibilities within you, empower through meditation. Again, I believe that when you say meditation, it has a very wrong connotation among a lot of people. I cannot meditate. I cannot sit and close my eyes and be free of thoughts, all those things, right? We will see how to, I have been that person. I have been that person where I can, if I want, sit and meditate for 2 hours, but guided meditations. If I close my eyes and I get bored when I sit for a long time without doing anything. So I have like my own definition of meditation and manifestation. So I will tell you what I do. Maybe it will help some of the people if you are not already meditators. And understand and break the deep-rooted bad habits. Bad habits in the sense that blaming others for your problems, not taking responsibility for your life, having these, thoughts that this cannot be done. Diabetes is hereditary. my parents, everybody in my family are fat, so I get that fat thing in, it's genetic, I cannot do that, and giving up, right? All those things are bad habits. You can heal illnesses with, like, if you follow these things. And if you're interested, I can later provide you with the workshops that Joe Dispenza does. I think he visited India last year or something, but he does online things, I guess. But in-person workshops, I plan to attend one of his workshops sometime, not right now, but I'll go. So now that I am a very academic and I love reading books, and You're the Placebo book is like a science textbook. I loved reading it. And for me, I love it when you show me a scientific evidence to things. You show me that this is possible scientifically. But having met Jitendra Garu and everybody, all of you here, whoever knows, they know that miracles can happen. You cannot prove in everything with science. For me, where science, my teenage son, when I asked him, what does God mean to you? He said, where science fails to explain things, God comes into the picture. That's what he said his definition of God is, and I love it. So there is this universe, there is this unspoken things in the universe that we cannot explain with science. And after reading Your Placebo, I came across this book called Ask and It Is Given. And this is the unexplained science thing, and it tells you can manifest your desires, whatever it is. You just have to ask and it will be given to you. Now that is like, really, it's not that simple, right? Everybody will say, come on, I'm going to ask for a Mercedes, I'm going to ask for this, I'm going to ask for that, right? Will I get it? So yes and no. Yes, you will get it, and no, not right away, like this, like it's not that immediate, but you can get it if you want to. And so it says the Ask and It's Given is about Esther and Jerry Hicks. There is this Esther Hicks, when she meditates, I can tell her story later on, but Esther Hicks, when she meditates, she impersonates a person. It is not her clearly. Her body language changes, everything changes, and it's as if some other person, higher consciousness, has come into her and is telling, the higher consciousness is using Esther as medium to convey his message to people. And she calls him Abraham. So if you see the book, it says the teachings of Abraham. She has given the name of Abraham to the higher consciousness, who comes through her and explains everything. And this entire book is what Abraham told her, and she has written it down. That's what this book is about. So Abraham he wants to tell everybody about how to ask, what is the right way to ask. You will get whatever you want. You can manifest every desire of yours, but you need to know how to ask. So again, it starts with, you do create your own reality. And the question is, how do I get there from here? Let's say my income every day is $10 and I want to buy something worth $100. Okay, you can say you save your money for 10 days and you'll get it. No, I have responsibilities. I have to feed my family. I have to save the money for the rainy day. I have health concerns, or I want to give charity. I want to do all these things with the every $10 allowance I get. But I want a $100 thing too. How? So how do I get there from here where I am? So the concept is everything, everyone, animate, inanimate, living, non-living, everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, right? Everything is energy. Now, everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, and only things that are vibrating at a particular frequency can experience the other things that are vibrating in their frequency. For example, let's say I want to listen to Bollywood songs and they are playing in 99.4 or something, right? If I tune into 100, I will not listen to it. I might hear a little bit static if I go like 99.6 or 8, but it will not be clear that I actually understand and enjoy the song. I have to exactly tune into 99.4 to be able to listen to Bollywood songs and enjoy it, right? Now, so it is transmitting. So whatever you want is already being transmitted throughout the universe in some frequency. Now, our job is to vibrate at that frequency to be able to even know that it exists and then get it and enjoy it. That is what it is. Now, how do I know if whatever I want is at that frequency, right? So we'll see how to get there. And so what is my guide here? My feelings are my guide. This Ask and It Is Given book totally talks about how to reach to a certain place only through your emotions and feelings. So your feelings are your guide, and they say that taking your emotional guidance scale and going up little by little, consciously elevating yourself, you can become a joyous, deliberate creator. You can deliberately create whatever you want. That's amazing. That's amazing. So this is another aha moment I had. When I was putting up the slides, I was thinking what I need to talk about. And when I was talking about Ask and It's Given, right? Let me see if I can go back. 1 second. So when I was doing this Ask and It's Given, I realized that, okay, this is all this. But then while I was reading about the vibrational scale and about how to go slowly, grow up the scale, I realized that this is very similar to Maslow's law of hierarchy. This is a model. If you haven't known already, it is Maslow's law of needs. And what it says is, in this triangle, this is the highest point, and you go up. So these are deficiency needs and these are growth needs. And people who have, let's say I'm really starving and hungry and haven't eaten food in 2 days. When God comes in front of me and says, I will grant you a wish, what do you want? I will not ask for transcendence or self-actualization or anything. I will say, can you give me food, right? So what is my basic need? Whatever is my basic immediate need that is not met in this hierarchy, I am going to work for that, right? So physiological needs are your basic needs of clothing, food, do I have what it needs to survive? Survival needs. If you have those, if you don't have those, you are worried about that. You cannot think about anything else. So the match of this to the emotional guidance scale is when you are meditating, right? When you're a seeker and you want to meditate and you want to achieve higher things, I would say first see where you are in this. Do I have what it takes to earn the basic money to help my family, to put food on their plate? Basic things. If not, work on this. And then the safety needs. Am I secure? Am I living in a safe neighborhood? Are my kids secure? Those are safety needs. Then comes belonging and love needs. Do I feel as part of a group, of a family? Do I have a loved one? Does my family love me? If you don't have these, right, then it is very hard to get here. So you need to find your way up these things. But there is an exception and there are outliers here. We will talk about it. But this is the generic way. Like, if you want to get a college degree, first you have to finish high school degree. If you want to get high school degree, you have to first finish middle school. This is the normal, traditional, generic way of progression of things. So that's how it is. And esteem needs are, okay, I have everything I need. I have a house, I have safety, I have loving family. Then comes esteem needs, my pride. Am I respected? Like, do people see me as a respected person, as a knowledgeable person? Am I being respected for what I do, how I am, how I look, all those things, right? Those are esteem needs. And then comes cognitive needs. So if you see, all this is deficiency, like lack of something will really screw up the process for you. So you have to work towards fixing all these. And then once you have all these things, once you feel respected, once you feel loved, once you have everything you need, then comes cognitive needs. You will be like, I need a challenging job. When you don't have money with you, you won't say, I need a challenging job. You say, I need a job, any job, which gives me money, right? You'll not be so picky about things when you don't have anything. Once you have everything, you'll start getting picky about it. You know what? I don't want to work for this field. I want to explore. I want to change my domain. I want to do that. Is this job challenging enough for me? After you do the job that's not enough for you, you come home and you play some puzzles. You You participate in some hobbies which are mentally challenging for you, those things. These are all growth needs. Once you come here to cognitive needs, you start growing. Once the challenges are met and all the cognitive needs are met, then you think about aesthetic needs, like, oh, how do now that I have a house, I want to decorate my house, I want to put some nice decorations to it, or I want to paint it in a different way, I want to re-architect in a different way, I want to acquire these things, and I want to go to a museum and explore the art, I want to participate in a pottery class, I want to take this class, all those aesthetic needs. And to be able to appreciate aesthetics, you need to be in a certain mindset. You cannot create or you cannot enjoy creation if you yourself are bogged down with responsibilities, health issues, everything, right? So you need to be at a certain mental state to be able to appreciate all that. And then comes self-actualization. Self-actualization is where you are completely content with everything in your life. There is no more desire for you. All your desires have been met. And you are actually working towards your fullest potential to follow the purpose of your life. And it is so rewarding. You're so happy, you're genuinely in peace, you have found the inner peace. Nothing bogs you. There could be a earthquake, there could be a turmoil, there could be a loved one can pass away, a newborn has come. That is something. Self-actualization is where you become the Sthita Prajna, right? In Bhagavad Gita, they call Sthita Prajna. So you become so happy, so in tune with the creation that nothing really bothers you. You are happy, you are just in peace with everything. That is self-actualization. And then comes transcendence. Transcendence is you have become one with the consciousness. You have become one with the universe. Doing, after you have the self-actualization, doing whatever you're doing with peace, happily, everything, you have attained moksha, nirvana, right? So this is the Maslow's motivational model. And if you see the emotional guidance scale that is coming from Ask and It Is Given, how to get there. Now, we all, this happiness, joy. So in Ask and It's Given, Abraham says that the entire emotional guidance scale can be categorized into 20 categories, starting with joy or happiness being the utmost. If you see, this is an upward spiral. So happiness being the topmost, the end all be all thing, right? Joy. I want joy in my life, right? This. And then he says what comes next, how you get there. And then again, these are growth needs and these are deficiency needs. So depression, powerlessness, grief, all that is being the least of the scales, that it cannot be anything lower than that. That's how it is. So from here, let's say you are here. So he gives, these are 21 of them, and he gives 21 different meditations, like depending on your emotion, depending on your mood, do that. Do something, think of a thought which elevates you from this to this. That's it. Don't try to manifest happiness when you're depressed. Don't try. I remember this so well. We were doing a book club, and I have my friend who was going through, like, you cannot have any more problems than what she had at a certain point of life. Like, everything that can go wrong went wrong. How? Like, I used to keep hearing, and it's like, is there anything else that can go wrong with you? And she would come and say something that's went wrong. So she was in a lot of depression and she felt powerless. She was in fear. She was everything from here. And today I can say that she has gone up the scale a lot. And I'm not really sure where she is right now, but I see her doing what she's passionate about, what she dreamt of. I see a lot of appreciation from her to everything that has in her life. I see a sense of freedom. I see that she's free, and I see she's happy. So she is, I can say, the role model or the walking real life experience of the emotional guidance scale. She has come from here, but she did not jump to here. It took some time. And everybody, based on our upbringing, based on our emotional strength and everything, and based on the people you surround yourself with, based on the frequency where you're vibrating, it takes time. It can take several years. It took like 2 years or 1 year for this girl, and she's here. So how do you work on it, right? And honestly, it is not just that. So I used to think, when I first saw this, right, I used to think, okay, yeah, she has all these problems. I don't have all these problems. I have a happy family. I have everything. I don't have all these problems. Then I was completely humbled when I thought about, don't think about entire life. See your one day, especially the past few weeks, like 1 month, has humbled me completely. All of us, irrespective of how happy you are, how enlightened you are, doesn't matter. All of us span through all these emotions through different moments of the day. I wake up in the morning. I love my job. I'm very passionate. I'm always energetic. I wake up, I go to my work, and then I'm planning to become a firefighter as my after retirement. I think I'll become a firefighter because that's what I do at my job. I'm really good at it. I'm mastering the art. I have I work on so many different projects and I have fires everywhere. I put off this fire, something else comes up. At first, my day starts. I'm so excited. I really love solving problems. I'm a big problem solver. I take pride and it's a challenge for me. I love it. And I do this, I do this, I do this until lunchtime. I'm like, this is nice. I accomplished so much. I solved so many problems. And then a big thing comes up. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, okay, I'm drained now. My entire energy is gone. I cannot do this. I have to eat lunch. I'm hungry. I cannot get up because I'm in a call and some release has broken. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. Nobody's helping. I don't know the customer system. I'm doing all that. So slowly from, if you see, I started with a lot of passion, enthusiasm, appreciation. I started with that my day. And then slowly I went down to pessimism, impatience, disappointment. I start doubting if I can finish my job. And I start worrying if it can be done in this time. And I start blaming everybody, saying that, oh my God, had that person, their network person, be there here, I won't be sitting here and troubleshooting this. It's his job, not mine. Right. And then I get frustrated, discouragement, anger. I'm like so pissed off with everybody right now. And then I start, if let's say my colleague who is similar to me is doing like, in another thing, I might even feel jealous that I wish I would rather do that instead of this. I don't know what I'm thinking. Why do I do all these things? Right. And then comes fear or something like, oh my God, if I don't do this, if I don't finish this job, will it get escalated to my manager? What will happen? Will I lose this customer? What will happen to the revenue? Will it have ripple effects? All that, right? So you need not have, so each of us, the example I gave you is just a small thing where in a given day, based on in a given moment, we can span through all these emotions. Now, if we are mindful and aware, it's like a downward spiral, right? When you're coming down, thanks to gravity, we will come down very fast. Going up against the gravity is very tough. Going up each of these is very, very tough and takes a lot of time and effort. But going down is very easy. From enthusiasm in the morning, I quickly, by lunchtime, by 3 o'clock, I went into depression. I'm like, I'm not kidding. It's like I was totally depressed. I'm like, why the hell am I doing all these things, right? So if you're aware, if you practice mindfulness, you can catch yourself when you're going down, catch yourself, and then see if you can find a thought that elevates you. First, before you go all the way down, see if you can take some thought, something that you're grateful for. At least I have this person who is sitting there giving me a chance to finish this work. If you see at least one ray of hope, hold on to one small thing that will give you, if you're grateful for that, the more the law of attraction, the more you're grateful for, more better things will come to you. You attract better things. The moment you start being grateful for, and you are not going downward spiral, your brain will actually work and it will say, hey, can we reschedule this tomorrow when the network person is around? Can we instead do this? What will happen if I stop the server right now and provide you an alternative? Once you stop blaming others, once you start taking responsibility of what do I have right now with me, take what you have, do the best you can. What is the best thing I can do? The best thing need not be the great thing. It could be one very tiny speck of thing. What is it that I can do? That time, so this literally happened yesterday, where we started at 9, we ended at 5. We were migrating a customer, Canadian customer, to our cloud, and it was supposed to be a 3-hour job. They have been there for a very long time. They had a lot of data. We had data issues, migration issues. We sat until 5, and there, this entire example of I started with enthusiasm and depression was for that migration we did. We wrapped it up saying that I'll come tomorrow and I will see what I can do. And then I took help. I thought about it. I took help from the support person and from the product guy. And I said, this is the problem I have. How can I provide them an alternative? Because I don't have a solution for upgrading their stats right now. I need an alternative. They right away said, oh, this is what we can do. We can redirect them to this site until this is done. They have provided. I was with this product 12.5 years. I know all those things. I know those can be done, but my brain didn't work at that time. I didn't get that idea. So what I did, I said, the support guy has been in the company for 2 years now. If I had the ego and pride of not going to a person who was way junior to me, I wouldn't have got this idea. Because he's a observer, he's not part of this entire commotion. He has been doing that for several. He came up with a brilliant idea, and that's all the problem. I'm out of that thing, right? So the concept with this is find a thought that elevates you, even momentarily, even a little speck, and that will help. Step by step, you can go up. So anytime, anywhere you are, if you're in life in a very bad state, see how you can go up. First, see what is it that you have around you. The moment you elevate yourself, right, what happens is, this is not a one-man army job kind of thing. It is the whole universe conspires in giving you. It's just that there are things in different levels. It's like, if you go to the first floor, there are people in the first floor who can help you, but you need to make an effort to go to the first floor. Otherwise, it's black hole. You don't know who is there, what is there, how people can help. And then slowly, once you talk about all the people and all the people are helping you, they will say, hey, have you known this? Can you go here? You go there to the second floor. Then you have people with even more intelligence. They will help you, guide you, strengthen you. They will take you to the third floor. They will guide you to go to, these people need not come to the third floor. They will guide you and say, what is there in the third floor? And you go to the third floor. That's how slowly yet consciously you move up. And how do you know you're moving up? You start feeling better. You feel better with your thought that elevates you. So this is the emotion guidance scale. And I love this. I have kept it in my office room, especially after the meltdown I had on Friday. I had a meltdown on Thursday, and then Friday I had this aha moment. I kept this and this, let me think what I can do, right? I am going to put this in my office, and it is not just about your phases of life, even the momentary things in life. When at any time, for anything, you get any of these, just catch yourself and see how you can go up. And you can literally go from a moment of depression to happiness if you're conscious about it. And it's a practice. Again, it's a practice. And for all this, you need to have a growth mindset. So growth mindset is a concept by Carol Dweck. She came up with this book. She has been a child psychologist, and this is being taught in our public schools here in California. I don't know about other schools, but I learned about growth mindset first from my older son when he was in 5th grade. I went for an open house, and they had charts about growth mindset in their classroom, and I asked about him, and he said, oh, whenever I say I can't do it, my teacher says, I'm still learning and I'll keep trying. She makes us go to the growth mindset and say the instead of whatever we are saying. I'm not good at this. What can I learn to get better at this? If you have the growth mindset, everybody will fail. There is no success. There is no oh, I'll do this and go there. Oh, they are lucky. They got that mentor. That's why they are successful. No. Everybody has their own challenges. So it doesn't matter about others. Don't compare about others. See where you are. See, instead of every of these, right? I can't do it. Say, I'm still learning. I'll keep trying. Because and the thing is, we all have inbuilt growth mindset. Every single person on earth has growth mindset. How? Didn't we learn how to walk, how to talk? A baby, when they are getting up from crawling, they get up to walk. They fall down so many times. Me and my husband used to make so much fun of our kids. We literally used to predict when they'll fall. We're like, we'll be looking at them and say, 1, 2, 3, go. I won. He fell down at the third second, right? So they fall, they never give up. They get up, they walk again, they fall, they get up, they fall. Same thing, crawling, speaking. They speak gibberish. Nobody understands around them. They know the frustration because nobody is understanding around them. They mastered it, right? We all came from being a baby and grew here. Just imagine where you were when you were in school, when you were in college. Didn't you have hardships? Didn't you learn something which you were really like very difficult at? Everything, right? So have a growth mindset. It is already in us. Bring it out, right? Instead of saying, I'm afraid of making a mistake, mistakes are how I learn to get better. The best example is when you are learning how to code, right? When I did my master's in computer applications. And by the time I came there, I think every person in my team, I might be wrong, every person in my team had done some kind of computer course or a bachelor's in computer science, something. They all came there. I went to the computer science lab. I never touched a keyboard, or at least they knew how to type. They took some typing lessons. I never touched a keyboard. I never took any computer science lesson. I came from Bachelor of Science. My major was math, physics, and chemistry. I had no clue about computers. I went into the lab. I got completely intimidated. I was typing like this, like A, B, It was embarrassing, needless to say. But then I was like, okay, I typed. And you know what? One of my friends, classmates, he thought it would be funny. He went and he reset all the passwords. He was a Unix guru. He went and he reset the passwords of all the workstations. So the password that was given to me, I was not able to get in. And he hacked the passwords of everybody. He was able to print them. He knew the passwords of everybody. So I was not able to log in. I was in tears sitting there in the computer science lab. I was really holding back my tears. And I said, you know what, I'll give up. And then I went into my classroom. I avoided the computer science lab for 4 weeks, I think. For the first good 1 month, I did not step in. I used to go to the library. I used to avoid my team, my classmates, everything. But then I went in. We learned Java. I don't remember exactly when we learned, but I was the person who cracked the B trees and deleting the nodes and everything. That was difficult concept. It was an aha moment for me. I did so many mistakes. You will not believe the amount of mistakes I did. When I first started programming, everything was a disaster. I could not do anything. It was, for me, it was very humbling, because until then, academically, I have been top in my classes all the time. Everybody looked up to me all the time. And I come there, and my master's in computer applications class, computer science class, programming class has been very, very humbling to me, that yes, I can fail. This is how failure tastes like. You're the only person who is not able to code in the entire classroom. Everybody's having so much fun. It became a nightmare for me. I used to be scared to get into the lab. So from there, I made so many stupid mistakes. It's like, oh my God, I cannot even list. But I grew. I made mistakes. I learned. I had friends who came to me and said, come on, it's not that bad. Let's see what we can do. And they helped. I had help. And I did well. I really did well. I cracked it. So, and I am a programmer today. After I have 20 plus years of experience in software industry, and I'm really love what I do, and I'm good at what I do. And that is the growth mindset, right? So if you see the span of time, right, in that moment when you're not able to do things, it might feel like an entire disaster that you cannot do it. But mistakes are how you learn. You should not be scared of doing mistakes. And with more practice, it'll get easy. And I give up, I will try to. And the thing is, for parents, right, for all the grown-ups here in the room, if you're a parent, how do you tell your kid who is trying to learn alphabet, who's trying to do basic math, and they say, oh my God, this is so hard, I cannot do it. Multiplication is so hard, division is so hard. You have been there, done that. You will tell them, come on, it's not so hard. How do you tell a kid on how things are? Tell yourself that whatever you're doing today, whatever new you're learning today, assume that you are your own kid, right? I treat myself as my own daughter. I don't have daughters, but because of the gender, I think myself as my own daughter. And what would I say? I cut my age to 7 or 8, depending on what it is. If my 7-year-old daughter comes to me and says, this is the problem, what would I say to my daughter? What do I say to my kids right now? I will implement it myself. We have to implement it ourselves in every aspect of it, be it meditation, manifestation, anything, right? Anytime you say, I don't know how to do this, always there is an opportunity to learn how. And the moment you change the dialogue of negativity to positivity, right? Opportunities, you will be aware of the opportunities that are in front of you. You will get somebody who says, hey, I am doing this meditation class. It's very, very basic for beginners. Do you want to join? That, let's say that girl has been in my community all the time. I met her all the time. I went with walks with her all the time. I never knew she did this. I will not know she did this if I'm in a negative attitude and not open to guidance. So be open for guidance. There is help everywhere around you. You just have to become aware. And comparison, please, 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 please do not compare. Do not compare with anything or anyone. They say good comparison is good. Yes, looking up to somebody is good. Let's say you are you're a better meditator than, let's say we both started similar, or you were way below. I'll give you an example. Like one of my friends, she started meditation literally 1 month ago. She did not meditate before. And I have been doing this for what, like 5, 7, 8 years. I've been experimenting and I have been seriously doing it for the past 2, 3 years. That's it. And I feel that I am like blessed for all the experiences I'm having through meditation. And then she comes and tells me that, hey, Madhuri, I did this and I'm seeing some color, some light, and I feel that I'm going into a tunnel. I feel that somebody has come in. It's a dark room and nobody was inside. And I felt like somebody came and, gave a tap on my shoulder. I felt like that person is with me, helping out and guiding me. Oh my God, that's amazing, Neelima. It's so good. Be happy for them. Don't feel jealousy. Don't compare. Oh my God, she just started yesterday. Like she's a baby infant in meditation. And right now what, she grew like all of a sudden enlightenment. How? The thing is, you don't know where they have come from. You don't know what they had through lives, right? What they carried throughout their lives, what they had in their bag of tool set. You don't know that. So don't compare and be very careful on what you wish for. Let's say I didn't know my friend's background and I said, I just heard her talk about how she started meditation on June 1st and by June 5th she saw this, June 10th she saw this. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had what Neelima has. I will be very careful what you wish for. Very, very careful. You have no idea the life she went through, the hardships she went through. Do you want all those? Do you think you have the guts to go through what she went through? I don't think so. So be very careful what you wish for. Do not compare at all, but instead say, I want to learn from you. Ask, learn, and do not have that ego and pride, the veil of ego and pride that, oh, I cannot go for her help. I was the one who introduced her to meditation. I was the one who gave her the tools. How can I stoop low and go and ask her for help? I cannot do that. Don't have that kind of mindset, The other thing, so now we understood all that, have a growth mindset, yes. Now, how do I manifest? What do I manifest? And what do I want to manifest? Okay, I just started manifesting, like learned about manifestation. I want to manifest. What do I want to manifest first, right? This is again from my kids' school. They were taught mind maps. They were taught when they are, this is their actually, mind maps were taught for them in the English class on, if they are given a topic on to write about something and they are completely lost, they don't know where to start, then the teacher says, here is the topic that you need to write upon. Let's say you have to write about your summer vacation. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to write. Then answer these questions. Write one line about what are you writing about? You and Ria are writing about your summer vacation. Why? Why did you go to this particular place? Because I like oceans. I wanted to see a beach. I wanted to play in the water. That's why we went to ocean, right? A beach. When did you go to? I went on June 15th. It was a nice bright summer day. And you explain a little bit. How did you go? We all rented a car because we were a family of 5, and 2 of the guest cousins came and we couldn't fit in a car, so we rented a minivan, and then we went in the minivan. It was so much fun. Who all went? I went with my mom, dad, my brother, my cousin, my grandma. Right. Where did you go to? I went to Half Moon Bay. I went to Stinson's Beach. That's it. You have your speech ready, your essay ready. This is what a tool that is used in my kids' class for to teach them English. And since I saw this, I am a very, very involved parent. I literally know everything and anything they're doing in class. I volunteer a lot in the class. I talk about it. So I use this for me whenever I am lost. Recently, in the recent past, I have taken up a lot of more responsibilities at work, and I had to draw a network diagram. I had to do database migrations, and I was clueless because I did not do those before. So I took this, I literally have a notebook in front of me, and I said, what am I supposed to do? Why am I doing this? Do I have to do this? Can I delegate it to somebody else? And why am I doing this? What is the benefit I get for doing this? When should I finish this? What time frame do I have? And how do I do it? I don't have the skill set of this. How do I do it? Can I learn these skills? Can I Google it? Or do I want to go to a DBA already and take help from them? Have a lunch and learn session with them? And who do I need to help? Who are all the persons I can take help from? And where do I do it? Do I do it on dev environment first and then staging, or do I directly do it in the staging? Where do I do it? When you ask these questions, right, it's not that you don't know, but when you break this up, you have broken up a big problem, a mountain of a problem, which is, I was entirely intimidated by that. But once I asked and answered all these questions, and I literally blocked my calendar, today I'm going to do the what of this part, I'm going to do the why of this part tomorrow. I broke it up in my calendar. I just blocked 30-minute calendar items, and I was able to finish it. I was able to finish it in 1 week. I was supposed to finish it in 2 weeks. I finished it in 1 week. And then I had time to go and get it reviewed by one of the DBAs. And they said, yeah, this will work. And then I tried it I had time to try it in a lower environment. And then I went live with it. So, and this is just work. I implied you can actually do this for conflict resolution as well. When once I used this, when I had an argument with my husband, and I was sitting and I was thinking, what happened? Why? I was like so much frustrated at the end of the day after I had that argument. And I'm like, and all our arguments about parenting, like, you are parenting this way. Who tells you that your parenting is better than my parenting, right? So what happened? Why did it happen? What happened? We had argument, we had difference of opinion in parenting my older son. He's going to college. We were talking about whether we should let him pay by himself or should we pay for his college. My husband thinks it's not that we cannot afford to pay for his college. My husband thinks he should take a loan and pay for the college by himself so that he'll get financial responsibility. My heart sank. My heart completely sank when he said that. I was upset. And so then I was lying down on bed and I was thinking, what happened? Argument about financial support. Why? Why did it happen? It's just that when I broke down into all these things, it occurred to me that he's a dad, he's thinking differently. I'm a mom, I am thinking differently. My thought process is coming from a place of affection, whereas his process is coming from a place of responsibility. He wants to teach responsibility to the child, there is nothing wrong with it, right? So when you break down this mind map can be applied to anything and everything in your life. Dieting, what am I eating? Why am I eating at this time? Am I hungry enough or not? When am I eating? Do I have to eat at this point? How am I eating? Am I eating fast? Am I eating slow? Am I putting in a big plate, small plate? Who is influencing my eating habits? Am I eating because my husband is eating a snack and I don't need a snack? And where am I eating? Am I eating in a social setting where there is a big buffet and just because there is all the food in front of me, am I eating this? When you answer these questions, every problem of yours can be solved. Every problem, but you have to be conscious to bring yourself in answering these questions. So what do I want to manifest? When we apply this to what do I want to manifest right now, we should think, what is the purpose of our life? Everybody, we all are pieces of a puzzle. Let's say a 500-piece puzzle. God wanted to make a 500-piece puzzle. Universe, if you don't believe in God, it's consider it universe. It's easy. 500-piece puzzle. We are 500 people. Each puzzle piece has a place in it. Without you, you could be one piece out of the 500 pieces. You are minuscule. You don't matter much. No, you do. Because without that one piece, there is a hole in the puzzle. It's not complete. The universe wants to build something. It created you. It needs your help. It delegated you a task. That is your purpose of your life. It gave you a certain talent to be used to spread it to others. Now you can say, let's say my talent is speaking, right? The first time I gave a talk, Srinivas Garu, when we did the Power of Purpose, Rajnikant Garu and Srinivas Garu have given me an opportunity. In that Power of Purpose, I always talk about kids. My examples are with kids and parenting. They said, you should talk about parenting. At that time, my son was in high school, 14 or something, and I think 15. And my younger one was still, my kids are 7.5 years apart. And I don't have degree in psychology or anything. I'm just a parent. So I told my husband, I was super excited. I said, hey, Rajesh, Srinivas Garu has given me this opportunity to talk. I'm going to give a talk on parenting. My husband right away said, what made you a guru in parenting? Who are the audience? Who is going to come and listen to you? What degree do you have? Right away, I said, yeah, he's right. And then I went to Srinivas Garu and said, I don't think I can do this. It's not right. I don't have any like professional degree on child psychology, or I'm not a teacher. I'm not this. I'm not a caretaker. I don't think I have the qualifications to give the talk. You know what he said? He said, whatever you have, there are a lot of people that don't have that. Whatever you know, there are a lot of people that don't know that. Come and tell them. The audience will come. Whoever doesn't know it, they will come. Whoever knows better than you, they won't come. You don't have to invite them. So that enlightened me that power of purpose is my purpose of life is I am a born teacher. Anywhere I do, whatever I do, I'm a software engineer, but I taught computer science programming to an ex-Marine, I'm an ex-army person, I'm in law enforcement. So I taught those things to them and I made them programmers. They came without a computer science background, and I'm really proud to say that I nurtured them, I taught them. I'm a software manager, I was a lead and a manager, but there is no reason for me to teach somebody computer science. I expect people, programmers, to come and report into me so that I can just delegate tasks for them and they do it, right? But it's not that. That teacher is ingrained in me in every cell of my body. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I end up counseling people, teaching people. So that is the purpose of my life. Now, who is my audience? There is always an audience. There is someone who has come to me. I did not go finding for people. I just approached people when they were in hardship and say, hey, can I help you with this, right? You need to have that nature in you to help others, because that is what you're meant for. You're made to help others with your innate talents. Now, what do I manifest? What am I good at? Like, close your eyes, and we did this something called the Dream Builder Project. Rajnikant Garu, Poonam, and myself, we were part of that, Power of Purpose. And you close your eyes and you do time machine. You sit in a time machine, you go for five years from now. And then when I ask you, what would you like your day to be 5 years from now? Whatever comes to your mind, say, like, think for about 2 minutes and then put it on paper for 2 minutes and stop. Now that is what you want to manifest. Whatever you want to be, whatever you want to have, that is what you want to manifest. But you can ask, where am I right now? I am here. It's impossible to go there. But where to start? How to get there? Now, if you do ask all these questions, bit by bit, you can go there and do that. Now, how do I practice it, right? Don't compare. You never want to say, I want to be like Poonam. I want to be like Jitendra Garu. I want to be like Usha Garu. Don't compare, because you have no clue their hardships, their journey, what brought them there. You don't know that. Don't compare. You can say, what is it that you want in that person? Don't take the whole person, because trust me, you will not like it. It can look very rosy from the outside. You have no idea. So don't take the person and say, I want to be like that person. Instead, take the trait that you like in them. Jitendra Garu is helping out so many people. I want to get that nature of helping out. What can I do? Can you do the same thing he's doing? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. What can I do to help others? There are so many ways to help others. So be very careful what you wish for. Don't take a person or an entity and say, I want to be like that. Instead, take the trait from them and say, this is what I want to master or have it or try it out. And always work with your innate talent. Right now, I am good at speaking. I'm good at this. I am not good at physical fitness. I am not good at, let's say I see somebody like who's doing, like went from nothing to doing 20 push-ups, a very strong body, six pack. That is not my innate talent. I cannot do that. Maybe I can, but why do I want to do that? I don't see a point in doing that. So work with your innate talent, whatever you naturally have that is going with the flow. It's easy. It's effortless ease. You will get it super easily. Instead, you want to go against the current, which is going against your innate talent, trying to reach it. It is such a hard journey. Everything is against you. Why? Go with your innate talent, go with the flow, and life is easy. And practice contentment. Wherever you are today, you are way better than a few years ago. Practice content, look around, see everything and say, I have this, I'm happy. That does not mean I have no ambition, I have no desire, I have no room to grow. That does not mean that. Practicing content is first practicing gratitude for what you have. And again, this, right, the reason I put it in a circle is no matter how, you can practice all that and come to manifested something, right? I'll say, my manifestation is I will give one talk every month. I have come there. But oftentimes I have seen that once we come to a certain place and I'm helping others, it's being very helpful, my audience has increased, everything, I get that ego, pride, everything. And now I want to do more. Oh, maybe I should become a great motivational speaker like so-and-so. Don't compare. Don't compare. Wherever you are, see what is it that you want to do, how you want to better yourself, right? Not comparing with others. And this is a very good quote from Mahatma Gandhi. He said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. When you're helping others selflessly, completely selflessly, there is immense joy in it. There is immense joy in it. You will lose yourself. What is losing yourself? Losing yourself means you have gone beyond this body and mind. And that is what is becoming one with the universe. That is the one consciousness. So way to start is helping others, service to others, step by step. But now next step is service to others without expectation, without reservation. Don't expect. So a lot of people say, I helped her so much. The audacity of her, she does not even reciprocate. I helped her. So how did she forget? How did she not mention me in her success? Right? How did not she thank me? How did she invite me for her function? That is expectation. When you're helping others, you should not expect anything in return. No reservations. I'm going to help only so-and-so people. Oh, have you meditated at least for 2 years? Sorry, I can help only people who have at least come to that level. I don't help people, who don't even know the ABCs of meditation. No reservations, no expectations. That's how your help should be. There is this one sloka which says, Paropakarartha phalanti vrikshaha, Paropakarartha vahanti nadyaha, Paropakarartha duhanti gavaha, Paropakarartham idam sariram. I grew up where my grandpa and my mom, they have said this so many times. It's just went into my entire cell of my system. Paropakarartha, to help others, para upakara, to help others, phalanti vrikshaha, fruits, trees give fruits to help others. They don't eat the fruits themselves, or they don't have expectations that, oh, I give you a fruit, now what is it that you're going to give me in return? Or they are not going to say, oh, only you can have this fruit, you cannot have. The gardener has nurtured me, so the gardener can have the fruit. You have thrown rocks at me, you cannot have the fruit. Nobody's saying that. Paropakaraya vahanti nadyaha. Rivers flow to help others. They don't flow. They don't have reservations that only so many people can touch my water. Only here I will go. No. Paropakarartha duhanti gavaha. Cows give milk to help others. And similarly, paropakarartham idam sariram. My body is made to help others. This body exists, is created to help others. So if you come with that mentality, right? And now that you have that in mind, how do I manifest? What do I ask for? And then the next thing is, how do I, what would I ask for if I knew the answer would be yes? If I told you that whatever you ask for, I'll give you, what would you ask? Always come with that point. Practice thinking from the end. Think that it is already given to you. Then what will be your, let's say you asked for a cake, and let's say you already assume that you already got the cake. You already got the cake. You ate it. How would you feel? Get into that emotional zone. Once you start practicing thinking from the end, emotionally, where would I be if I already got what I asked for? Then you have reached, momentarily practiced being in that vibrational frequency. Once you go to that frequency, you felt, you got the taste of how it feels like to be there, then you'll slowly get there. Slowly practice, then you'll get what you have asked for. And get very, very specific about your request. I have a very good example for this. I love this quote where it says, the university doesn't speak English, it speaks energy. So you have to vibrationally feel how you would feel when you already got what you asked for. Then the universe understands it. You went into that vibration and all that, right? Manifesting is about believing before saying. It's about knowing that what you want is already out there and that you have the power to bring it into your life. That is what it is. Now, being very specific about your request, right? I would give an example here, which is, let's say you went to a food conference or some food festival. Okay, you went and you were very late, you didn't have any information about it, you went into the gate and there was a person, security guard, and you say, hey, where is the food conference? He would say, go right. Okay, I went right. And then there is a board there, the food conference festival, and it displays all the places and everything, right? You didn't have time to look at it. You say, hey, I'm really hungry, I want to eat some food. Then that person says, okay, there's a food festival going on here, go to the left, that building, entire building is food conference. Okay, I went into the first floor. I'm so disappointed because it's all Mexican food. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want Mexican food. I want Indian food. It's like, oh, you should have said you want Indian food. You said food, you're hungry. Okay, go to third floor. There is Indian food in third floor. Okay, I go to third floor. Hey, wow, Indian food, amazing. I've come here for Indian food. Okay, where do I go? Start from left. Okay, I go to the left side. Oh, this is non-vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat non-vegetarian food. Oh, you should have said that. You asked where to start and the best food is here, according to that person who is directing you. So from there, you'll say, okay, you want vegetarian food? Go towards the right side. Now I go to the right side. Once I go to the right side, let's say it is categorized by state, like Gujarati, Punjabi, everything. Oh, what is this? Oh, vegetarian food. This is Punjabi. I don't eat chole. I don't eat rajma. I don't eat this. Oh man, this is what is this? I want Andhra food. Okay, you should have said that. The fifth category is the Andhra food. Go there. Now, do you see what I'm talking about? And then once I go to the Andhra food, I'll say, oh, I don't like sweets. Oh, they put desserts first. What is this? Do they have anything good here? You want spicy food? Spicy food is in the next section. Had I asked for, I want Indian food, which is vegetarian. Within the vegetarian food, I want Andhra food, which is spicy, not sweets. Then people would have directed me exactly to the location where I wanted. I didn't have to go through so many disappointments and curves and everything, right? So when you manifest and ask for, get very specific about your request. Now, the surprise element here I have is when I was doing Vinayak Chavithi Puja, right? I do the puja in my house in the sense we all sit, but I'm the pujarini of the house. I know how to read Telugu and Sanskrit, and my husband does not. He studied in. My father-in-law was a central government employee. They moved a lot, and he studied in Hindi medium, and he did special English. He did not take Telugu as a subject, so he does not come from that when reading Telugu comes naturally for him first. And I love Sanskrit. I love reading it. So once a year, I'm not big into religion. I don't do puja every day. I don't read all those things every day, but I have heard of it so many times. The Sankalpam, the Nitya Puja Vidhanam, that means a daily prayer, Hindu prayer. I'm pretty sure there is something similar in other religions and prayers, ethnicities as well. But in Telugu, right, in Sanskrit form for Andhra people, first we start with Sankalpam. What is Sankalpam mean? Intention. Why am I doing this? So what we say is, it is very, very specific. It cannot get more specific than this. And this has been created centuries ago. I love our tradition. So I have translated that into English here a little bit with the keywords, but I'm going to tell you the Sanskrit part of it, which I'm pretty sure most of you would have heard it. If not, you're doing it every day. But I had this aha moment just like on the Vinayak Chavati Puja day, right? So we start with Mama Upatta Samasta Duritakshaya Dwara. The starting line says, Mama Upatta. Upatta means for me, whatever I have accumulated, bad things, Durita Kshaya, Durita, all the bad things that have accumulated, Kshaya, it has to go away. So while eliminating all the bad things that I have collected in my life, Sri Parameswara Prityartham. So that is the main thing that I have started while eliminating all the bad things that I have created in my life. Parameswara Prityartham. You can put whatever God you are praying, you put that I want to please Lord Parameshwara or God. Subhe Sobhane Muhurte. The affirmation is, it is an auspicious day. It is an auspicious time. I am doing, and Sri Mahavishnu Rajnaya, with the command from Mahavishnu, this is what I'm doing. Adhya Brahmanaha, everything is done and said in the back in those days for men. So it says Adhya Brahmanaha. Sveta Varaha Kalpe, Vaivaswata Manvantare, Kali Yuge, Pradhama Pade, Jambhu Dvipe. It is literally giving the geolocation of where I am. I'm telling you, in the time period, in the Kali Yuga, in the Pradhama Pada, I am here. Jambhu Dvipam, at that time, whatever, and Meror Dakshina Dig Bhage, I am on the south side of the Meru mountain. Based on where your location is, it changes, the Sankalpam changes for US, Canada, everything. But I'm literally, if God is coming in a vehicle, universe is trying to find you, right? I'm giving the latitude and longitude of my location. That's what I'm doing. And then we also say, Swagruhe versus Nivasa Gruhe. That means, do I own the house or do I rent a house? Because when I say Yajamanasya, am I the owner? And if I say rented house and then I say owner, all the credit is going to the owner, right? Not for me. So, I mean, the amazing how people have thought about the intricacies and they have put into the everyday intention, right? And then you say Artama, the Asmin Vartamana, Yavharika Chandramanina, and then you say which Samvatsare, which year, and Dakshinayane, Uttarayane, which 6th part of the year, before June, after June kind of thing. And then Grishma Ruta, which season, Sukla Pakshe, even within the season, within the month, Bhadrapada Mase, within the month, the first half, like waxing and waning of the moon, right? Sukla Paksham and what is the other one? I forgot. But that we are even saying we are minutely, it's like, yes, geolocation, latitude and not, sorry, what is it?
Krishna Paksham.
Yes. So we are like, narrowing it down. It's not just geolocation, latitude and longitude. If I say, where should I go? I will give you the latitude, longitude. I'll give you the Google pin, but I will also give you step-by-step directions to reach there. We are in the Sankalpam. If universe is coming towards to help us, we are giving the navigation on how to come, where to come, when to come, and whom to come. Like, who am I? Everything, right? Subhatida, we say what tidhi, Vasare, Sukra Vasare, whatever, whichever day it is, Subha Nakshatre, Subha Yoge, Subha Karane, and we are saying everything is a good one. Today, no matter what it is, it's a good day. Subha Nakshatre, Subha Yoge. And then we are saying, introducing ourselves, Srimati, Madhuri Namadheyavati, Kausika Gotravati, I'm telling who I am, and am I praying for myself or for my family, Mama, or you'll say Saha Kutumbasya, my entire family, right? And then we are saying, what am I asking for? Now I have told you where to come, when to come, whom to come to. Once I said that, I'm saying, what do I need? I need Kshema, Sthairya, Vijaya, Abhaya, Ayuhu, Arogya, Aiswarya, Abhivrityartham. If you see here, I have translated them in English. Safety, courage, victory, fearlessness, long life, health, prosperity, right? Sat Santana Praptyartham, good kids, right? And then I love this part. Dharmartha Kama Moksha Chaturvidha Phala Purushartha Siddhyartham. These 4 things you would have heard along like several times. What are these? Purushartha. There are 4 Purusharthas. A man can, the meaning of a man's life is, or the purpose of a man's life is attained, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, righteousness, Artha, money, Kama, desire, moksha, enlightenment. If I do things righteously to earn artha, money, and use that money for karma, for all my desires, to fulfill all my desires, and come to a place where I have cleared all my, I don't have any desireless state. I've been there, done that, tried this, I'm done. Once you have cleared all your desires, a desireless person attains moksha. This is the way purushartha, right? I want to attain that moksha through this dharmartha kama moksha chaturvidha phala purushartha siddhyatham. Through these 4 ways, I want to attain this sat santana praptyartham, and I want all these things: well-being of my children, eliminate obstacles, remove all pains in my life, fulfillment of wishes. This is my intention. Can you think of any of your intentions, any of your wish list? What do you want to manifest outside of this? It will fall into one of these categories. Anything you want, everything you want, it will fall into one of these categories. So our culture, our tradition, Hindu culture and tradition, has created this Nitya Puja Vidhanam, which has put this in the Sankalpam. And I'm saying, I want all these things. Now I am going to do puja for whichever God in Yadhasekti, whatever I can, limiting to my capacity as of today. I'm going to perform the puja. And then you are going to do the puja and you are going to take the prasada. What is prasada? The God has given you. That means you have thought that whatever I asked for, you put the blind faith. Do you ever doubt God? Do you ever doubt that God cannot do something? Whatever you ask, he can give it to you, right? Now, you will say, when you're taking the prasada and eating it, consuming it, you are saying that whatever I asked you, I put the faith in you, you have given it to me. You have already, while eating the prasada, your mindset should be, I am thankful that it has already come true. Once you do that, it will come true. Eventually, kala kramena, eventually it will come true. But a lot of people read this. My mom reads this every day. I hear her whenever she's doing puja, I hear her saying all these things. But if you can get yourself into the emotional vibration, feel every word of it, understand every word of it, feel it, get into the emotional habit of it, that is what is, it will happen, because you have already come into the emotional vibrational frequency of that, right? So in case you don't know what to manifest, and if you're religious and you do the puja, I would say start here. Or if you have already been doing this puja every day, see if you can understand the meaning of it and put some thought into it and actually focus on what you're saying. Just don't do it like because I have to do it. And it's amazing. It's literally super well-crafted manifestation tool we have in our hands, handed over by our forefathers. So that was the super aha moment I had on Vinayak Chavati day when I was reading it, because whenever I do the puja, I translate it to my kids. I explain to them what I'm doing, why are we doing this kind of stuff. And it was super amazing. And I really, really thank Jitendra Garu for giving me this opportunity, because you gave me this opportunity, because I had to fill the talk, fill